Yo guys, what is up? Moxsy here with another Borderlands 3 video. And as you can tell, this video is a little bit different already. We are going to be talking over some gameplay and going in depth with each of the terror anointments. I'll be letting you guys know everything you need to know about the new terror anointments, the actual increases that each one's gives that are like numerical increases to damage or ammo regen or crit, and also going over which ones are worth using and which ones are not. So really exciting video for you guys. If you learned something new from this video or enjoyed it, make sure to hit subscribe. Lastly, this video and the next ones over the next few days are going to be my last videos in my apartment. I am moving in 2 days, so the videos I'm gonna record as many videos as I can for you guys because I want to keep putting them out. But I am moving from DC to Florida, 1,000 miles, not bringing any of my stuff with me. I'm packing up a suitcase and some clothes, the Xbox, and we're just going. I bought a PC that's going to be there that I'm gonna have to build. And yeah, overall, a lot of changes are going to be happening with the channel. I hope you guys can understand that it's going to be a little difficult for me. I won't be able to stream over the next few nights, but I really do appreciate all the support that you guys have given me. So with that, let's get into the video. So, Terror is the new anointment, and it can stack up to 3 times. The Terror on your screen, there is no indication of the stacks, like it's not like in your bottom bar, like 1, 2, 3, but you can see it creeping onto your screen. From what I've seen, my Terror lasts about 30 seconds, which states incorrectly on the thing. It seems like that it stacks 3 times, and every stack lasts about 15 seconds, but when you get a new stack, it refreshes that duration. So I'm beginning like 30 seconds on my Terror anointments. Now, before we get into more stuff in this, this and a lot of the information for this video was found by a Redditor by the name of not you, that's the username, M123698745, who posted a Reddit article about this and did all the calculations. Now, I have done my fair share of testing with these anointments as well, and I can say that most of the things that he has found have been correct. I concur with. There are a few things that I wasn't having the same results as him, and so I'll let you guys know which those ones were. But so with Terror, as you guys have probably seen, your weapon gets debuffed, or your accuracy and handling get crazy decrease while you have Terror on. But once you have a anointment with a Terror anointment on, you lose those accuracy and handling debuffs, and sometimes you even get more accuracy. And moving into Terror generating anointments. So on action skill end, we have apply Terror to yourself every 5 seconds for the next 18 seconds. This doesn't work as stated. It actually applies a stack of Terror every 2 seconds. And because of this, also the 18-second duration is wrong, but you can see that those corners creep in a lot faster than every 5 seconds. Also, on the Terror joining anointments, if you have that on a gun and you switch your gun, you will not be able to keep generating Terror. That's why we have it on our shields. The melee attacks have a 25% chance to apply Terror to yourself. Works as stated, and it works with the face puncher, so you can use the face puncher to generate a bunch of Terror. Now for the offensive anointments. So the first offensive anointment is while terrified, gain increased damage and fire rate. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. And this damage increase is about 5, 10, and then 15% of weapon damage per stack. And then roughly the fire rate is 7, 14, and 21%. Roughly. So at 3 stacks of this, you're going to be doing 15% increased damage and 21% increased fire rate, which is nice, but it gets overshadowed by this next one. The next one is while terrified, gain increased crit damage. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. This crit damage is crazy and one of the best anointments you can get right now, guys. So let me just read this out to you. Crit damage increases by 45% on the first stack, 75% on the next one, and 90% on the last stack. This is going to make it one of the best offensive anointments, especially on weapons that are geared for crit, aka Jacob's weapons. However, for example, a Unforgiven with 90% increased crit is going to be doing less damage than Unforgiven with 300% increased weapon damage. Just a heads up, but that is a really, really nice anointment. Next, you guys know my favorite one. While terrified, gain ammo regeneration. As I've shown in my last 2 videos, this is scaled off of magazine size and is really strong. How this works is you're going to be getting 5% of your magazine size per second on first stack, 11% of your magazine per second on your second stack, and 16% of your magazine size per second on your last stack. It's as I showed in my last video, where the link will be up top, that this can give you unlimited ammo that you'll just be stuck on stuck on your first shot of your gun forever if you have a high enough magazine size, which is super awesome. Next, this skill is one that this Redditor states, and I've tested and I've had mixed results. So he says that the chance for an extra projectile should be around 10 to 20% per 30%. This is off the anointment that you have a chance to fire an extra projectile per shot. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. He says guns which have in their default version more bullets per shot, mostly shotguns, they get accordingly extra bullets. So for example, if you have a shotgun like the Face Puncher or the Brainstormer, let's say it's a ×7 gun, the extra projectiles, it could get +7 extra projectiles. This is huge. As I posted on the other video, or as I said on the other video, that this is really good anointment, and it is really good anointment. And you guys were saying that this doesn't work on guns like shotguns and stuff like that, because instead of getting 7 extra projectiles, you'll only be getting 1, which wouldn't be very helpful. And I have had mixed results with this. The Redditor states that the skill is bugged and can be super broken. It appears that after multiple uses, the extra bullet can get permanently without being terrified. Can become permanent without being terrified, and can be stacked infinitely. And says that he doesn't know what causes / triggers the bug. In my playtesting, I was using the Maggie, and I wasn't seeing 6 extra projectiles spawn. I was testing against the car and doing damage numbers, and I was hitting for around 8,000 damage, and with Terror on, I didn't really see much of an increase, certainly not a double damage. However, there was some times where randomly I would hit the car for 12k, but it was super inconsistent. So not sure about what's going on with that one with multiple projectile weapons. However, I can say that it works as stated with single shot weapons, which is nice. And now for the while terrified, deal 50% bonus cryo damage. This skill only needs 1 stack. I haven't seen anything else besides bonus cryo damage while terrified. So it only needs 1 stack, but it's going to add 50% bonus to all of your damage. So like grenades, you're gonna get 50% bonus cryo damage on. Your action skill is gonna get 50% bonus cryo damage, and your melee is going to get 50% bonus cryo damage. So this is just a really nice anointment. I'm gonna have a build coming out showcasing this, but it's going to make surprisingly there's some really cool things that we can do with this, guys. Video out on that I think tomorrow or the next day. We got a 2-part series on infusion coming out. That's going to be really cool. Giving you everything you guys need on that. But back to this video. So for the defensive anointments, we have on action skill end, heal for 25% of your max health. Effect is increased by 15% per terror stack. This works as is stated. And this skill is stackable, so if you have multiple pieces of gear with healing, you can stack them, but for most of our characters, we already have like pretty good healing skills that can heal us to full. Like for example, Amara, like you just shoot your gun and you're healed to full. So I wouldn't recommend that. Another one is while terrified, gain health regeneration. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. The regeneration is about 4 to 6 to 8%, depending on stacks. 8% at 3 stacks. Working as intended. Not the craziest bonus. Could be nice on some characters that struggle with health regen, such as Zane has some issues from my playtesting, but nothing too crazy there. Next, we have while terrified, reduce all incoming damage by a small amount. The more terror you have, the higher the bonus. As you guys know, I like damage reduction. It could be a real pleasant thing to have on things like Slaughter Shafts. This damage reduction is going to be 10, 20, and then 30% at max stacks. That is a lot of damage reduction. We're spending 5 skill points all the times on our Amara to get 40%. So having 30% damage reduction on a piece of gear pretty much at all times is really nice. So you guys want to be keeping an eye out for that. It is going to be increase our tankiness even more, and with a piece of gear like that, we would be able to drop some points in damage reduction and healing, and maybe go into more damage. So that's going to open up some build opportunities for that, guys. Super excited to do some stuff with that. While terrified, enemy bullets have the chance to reflect off of you. The terror you have, the higher the bonus, or the more terror you have. And this is not great because the reflect damage is a percentage of the initial damage, so it's really not going to do very much. I wouldn't recommend using it. And lastly, there is the Vault Hunter specific Amara Anointment, which at face grasping an Amara fires terror skulls at the grass target, dealing 3,718 damage. This is stackable, meaning that you can have multiple pieces of gear that fire skulls. From my testing, I haven't seen like crazy usefulness out of this. It does do some nice damage though. But I would probably prefer to roll with other anointments, but that'll remain to be seen. And myself and this other guy also haven't tested other Vault Hunter specific anointments. So sorry about that, guys. But if you are playing a different character and you have found some crazy bugs or really cool things with your character's specific anointments, let me know and I'll look into them. And yeah, that was all for the terror anointments. We got a lot of cool videos coming out with the new terror anointments. If you guys have been liking the previous videos, they're about to get even crazier with our really crazy build coming out. The infusion series is going to be coming out, which is going to be super in-depth on every little aspect of infusion, which I've been wanting to do for a while. And lastly, if you guys learned anything from this video, enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And soon enough, this wall behind me will no longer be this wall. Will be somewhere else. So yeah, peace. Have a good one, guys.